All right. Welcome on back. A lot of hustle and bustle in the town center. Um, yeah, I wanted to jump on here and do a little episode about white supremacy. And no, and I'm not laughing at that like because I condone it, I support it or anything, but like I've accidentally stumbled upon like a whole cult like kind of niche. I don't know, it's weird, but basically so I debate cannabis legalization and the dangers of cannabis, the benefits of cannabis, and all that, and like even just as a replacement for alcohol, it's an amazing thing. But and of course, sobriety and abstinence, that's even better if you want to do that, if you can do that. That's probably the healthiest. But at the same time, I wouldn't say it's socially healthy because then you kind of go through life like with that FOMO, that fear of missing out, and you might not know like. Actually, wow, we have a lot of melons. All right, I guess I'm just gonna, or a lot of pumpkins and melons, but no. So now I've got a bunch of faceless crusaders that they really hate Jewish people, and it's I'm so confused. Like, I mean, so first off, let's set the record straight. I don't hate anybody based on a demographic like that. Like, in fact, I don't even really hate anybody based on the way their actions are. Like, I feel like if they had enough food, support, empowerment, and guidance, they wouldn't do anything like that or be nasty like that and just ridiculous. I mean, a lot of the times what you see on the internet is like someone at the end of their rope, like they wanted to vent. It's actually, I think it's called projection, is when you have some aggression pointed at you, and then like I remember this from psychology class. Like I did psychology like 5 times, the basic one. And then I did sociology, anthropology, and all these ologies studying humans and like just the way a person would act and stuff. And in fact, let's go write this down because this is going to be part of the station. Um, yeah, it's just interesting. It cracks me up because like so I'm debating with the guy that amputated his arm, and he's very mad about cannabis. He thinks that cannabis will make everybody do that, and he's confused seeing how hardly anybody else actually does that. In fact, almost nobody else has a reaction like that. Oh, oh wait, I need yeah. Or no, I need signs. Signs are what I need. Looks like I need some wood. So, but anyways, and I likened it to an analogy to or the analogy of the allergy to shellfish. Like, so some people are allergic to shellfish. They can't go eat crab or lobster. Like, they just have a serious allergy. It could even be fatal. And now, this guy, he has an allergy to shellfish. And by shellfish, I mean cannabis. Like, so he's allergic. It doesn't sit right with him for whatever reason. And that actually, in my opinion, is because of his environment. It sounds like he's a little too sheltered, and his parents were probably a little too strict and like drove a bunch of hate into his heart and like made him all kind of messed up and distorted and like, and he's trying to do good and be like what his parents want him to be, like every person does. He doesn't want to disappoint his parents, so like, what does he do? He does what he thinks they want, and and that can span generations. Like the people that used to hunt slaves, like they didn't just disappear. Like they raised children with certain views, and then those children raised children, and that's part of systemic racism, is because a whole culture and society was built over oppressing one people that were easy to discriminated against because their skin color was so apparent. It's like, oh, hey, that's that type of person. Whereas with religion, it's a little harder. You got to talk to them and find out, like, well, what religion do you practice? What's your belief, your spiritual beliefs and stuff. And I will say again, almost all religion is about the same. You're giving thanks to a creator, and you're trying to live a good life that would, I mean, kind of impress, but also just not disappoint a creator. Like whoever made us, like you're trying to live in ways that would appease that creator, whoever, whatever it is. And that's why I like Pastafarianism, is because the great spaghetti monster is just to show you how ridiculous it could be. We could be way off as to what the creator looks like or is. And then there's Christianity, who believes it's like some, white dude in robes with a white beard, like basically Gandalf or Dumbledore floating around, and then, or if you ascribe to Futurama, it's it's a galactic entity just floating out there in the ether, and that just beeps and talks and lights up and like, but it creates like. I think that's what it really is. Like a lot of these people don't have enough comedy in their lives. Like, and comedies are a great way to, yeah, make you laugh, but at the same time make you think about alternate perspectives. So, but anyways, and I argued with this one guy a long time ago, and I want to say they're like kids, like teenagers or something, or like, in very sheltered homes where they feel ashamed that people use pot and marijuana and like, and they have it so ingrained in their system to think that it's all bad because their parents told them so and their church told them so. And then they get online, they start arguing with people and really messed up. And like, I gotta say, I'm surprised. Like, well, first off, prohibitionists are not all that popular. Parents Opposed to Pot is a very small group on XApp. Like, I've got 5,000 followers because I ride that blue wave and I did a bunch of Democrat and political posting, and I still do. I've been posting about the BBBS, the big, beautiful BS, and like, and following Robert Reich and showing like how this is going to kick people off of healthcare. And in fact, here, this is probably the most important thing, and we're going to make this a sign. There we go. I just pulled up my photos. Wait, where is it? Uh-oh. Where's my screenshot? Oh. Oh. What the heck? Did I just lose my screenshot? How? Oh. So. Oh, dang. Um. Crud. Where did I post it? It was a very good. Yeah, I have 5,400 followers. There we go. Okay. Save. How did I lose that photo? It's my own screenshot. That's ridiculous. But, all right. So we're gonna write this on because it's very true. Ever since the Reagan days, like people wanted to demonize poor people and take their rights and take their safety nets and do all these things out of greed. Like that's what happened. Oh, interesting. So it looks like I missed one here. Anyways, so it grew as a single. But let's go ahead and make a sign because I just found it. It's a very interesting quote from Robert Reich, who's a professor in economics, and he's been speaking out against all the nonsense for quite some time. Okay, it's just because I don't have sticks. So, all right. We're going to do this. I should just leave a couple rail cars there, but basically this has always been the GOP's strategy, and that's the Republican Party. Cut taxes for the wealthy and corporations by claiming they'll pay for themselves, explode deficits, use the debt as an excuse to demand cuts to vital programs that help millions, rinse and repeat. And that's very true. Also, I think I'm going to put a wall on this, I think, in case any of my kids' friends ever want to come to the realm, because this is like PG-13 stuff. Well, actually, I mean, they're all. Never mind. I guess it's going to be a non-issue now. So, all right. Anyways, so let's see. This has always been the GOP's plan. So there's 4 steps. I do. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then yes. So the 4 steps are cut taxes for the wealthy. We'll probably just have to leave it up on the top. So like cut taxes because you can't fit a whole lot of words on these. wealthy, and corporations. What is that? And corporations will dot that by claiming, saying, we'll just say, they'll pay for themselves for themselves. Okay. Cut taxes for the wealthy and corporations by saying they'll pay for themselves. And then, come on. Explode deficits. This one we can drop down to the next line. Deficits. Use the debt as an excuse. As an excuse. And I like my wording better, to gut social safety nets. To gut social safety nets. Use the debt as an excuse to gut social safety nets. Rinse and repeat. Because that is it. Like, the Reaganomics was terrible. It was by Reagan was a movie star, and he had no business getting in politics because he had no idea of what poor people go through. Like, he's like, oh, what? Like, people don't like to like have no money and be taxed heavily and all this. And basically, he was the original. Like, so there it is. That's what Robert Reich said. This has always been the GOP strategy. And actually, I'm going to make a hanging sign to hang off at the side of that. And that's why I've been generally been more of a Democrat. Now, Democrats aren't perfect. They're the rich people too, like the Democratic politicians. Like Biden, I'm actually pretty upset with Biden because like his own son ended up struggling, or not even struggling. That's the key point. His son was using substances, and not just weed, not just like, ecstasy or something that'd be a little more normal, a little more like little harmless, like crack, like literal crack cocaine. Like he's, and it's, if you watch a lot of comedy, that's kind of generally something that comedians joke about as being something extremely bad. Like it's, like there's so many jokes over the years of people just being like, oh, at least it's not crack, like, which has turned into meth since then. But like, either way, it's all bad. And the fact is, like, he's on camera doing that. He even got a couple ladies of the evening, hired them to hang out with him and do all sorts of crazy stuff. And so if you have money, you can do all this stuff and then show up to work on a Monday and be fine. And it's like, Also, wait, I need iron. So, and I'm not saying that people should go out and do these hard drugs. I'm just saying that, like, the punishment for them that Biden championed, he was like, we made this bill. And there's a really messed up video of exactly that. Like, on one side, it's his son's video of, like, using this drug that his dad is on the other side saying, If you get caught with even a quarter-sized amount of this, you're going to get 5 years in prison, and the government takes everything. Now, there's a little differences on the vernacular there of like, are they forced to take everything? And then he follows up with like, they have no choice. They can but he says it is like they can take everything, so it's like not guaranteed. But oh, and then also I need like nuggets, and then we got the chains. Let's do even more nuggets and more chains. We got 2 chains. All right, that's actually plenty, and then we'll break these back up and put them back into storage. Got quite a bit of resources here. Almost half a stack of diamonds alone. Although diamonds, that doesn't look too fancy. Eh. So, anyways, my point being is like people that used substances were the scapegoat. There always has to be a scapegoat, like something that people, well, mostly politicians, can point at and be like, well, this person's a problem or this group of people's a problem. And, you know, for the longest time, hippies and weed, and not even hippies, like hippie, everybody could be hippie-ish. Like if you just don't want war, if you like cannabis, and if you like peace. And even if you don't, none of that actually even matters, you know, and who's to say who's a true hippie and all that, but you know, just people that are. Oh wait. Oh, that's right. I need. So hanging signs are a little tricky. You gotta do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do 2 sets. You gotta. And then. Oh, I love that. Whoa. I love that noise of like a new thing. There we go. So you need the shaved. Oh, I thought it was 4. I guess let's do 4 more. Because I wanted to do 2 sets. Because I really have no use for stripped bark or stripped logs. What is this? Yeah, stripped spruce logs. Like there's no real point. So all right, here we go. And then we're going to do. Oh wait. Okay, so we got this, and sorry, just remembering that I abandoned my one of my closest friend's brothers when he came out here for a visit. I was afraid. I was afraid that like he'd be like, okay, well, I'm here at your house now. Where do I sleep? And be like, no, did you not hear? I can't take a house guest for a month like that. Whew, especially a house guest that's going to be out sowing his oats and learning about experimental things and all that. It's like, that's great, and I'm excited for you to do that, but you know, I got small children and I got responsibilities and stuff. Like, all right, so this is the GOP strategy. Yeah, we'll capitalize it. Strategy. There you go. So you got the GOP strategy. Cut taxes for the wealthy and corporations by saying they'll pay for themselves, explode deficits, use the debt as an excuse to gut social safety nets, rinse and repeat. And that is how you get such wealth inequality. It's really as simple as that. Now back to this strange following that I seem to have. So the reason I say I think it's kids like teenagers or like early teens, is because one, they use like some kind of dumb cartoon or silly cartoon as their profile pic. Like this one guy had like a snake cartoon, and yeah, and it just seemed strange. And then um, I don't know. And then there's some MAGA ones, like MAGA infused, but then I'm even confused at that. It's like they're ripping on MAGA too. So like this other guy's profile pic is the fight, 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 where Trump supposedly got shot in the ear. I still don't really know if that's true or not. I mean, it seems fake, to be honest. But um, and then hmm. Uh, Okie doke, Josephine. Someone said, okay, he, him. And it's Joe. And that's why they said, okie doke, Josephine. Like, see, that's how. You know, you gotta kind of force empathy. It's like verbal kung fu. You're wrestling with these people, you're fighting with these people. They say something a little targeted and bigoted or like aggressive that's kind of messed up. You turn around and you just give it right back. Like, so he's gonna be like, "Wait, what? I don't want to be referred to as a female," and be like, "Huh, interesting how that happens." And then they're like, "Wow, I learned a little bit of something about myself." Like, there you go. Just like Ron White does it too. He's like, well, we won't go into that this one because this is PG-13. This is an R. Well, actually, no, that's even not. So if you're watching adult videos and the guy comes in, he's like, you know, oh, so you'd like the guy to be all. Actually, no, I can't repeat it. It's a bad joke. But I mean, it's a good joke. And the guy's like, no, I like big, hard throbbing. Oh, I did not know that about myself. And that's the premise of the joke. And it's just like, you know, don't judge people because you might not understand, well, first off, what they're even really about. Like, you know, and second off, well, and gay people too. Like homosexuals, that is a real thing. There are people that really love the same sex. I'm not one of them. I mean, I can see. I'm definitely obsessed with, well, one woman in particular, and it sucks because that's probably not going to happen. I mean, I threw a Hail Mary. Well, actually, it was a bird. It was many birds with one stone, really, with that last one, with the victim in my '09 assault case. And I love saying that because, like, he is not seen as a victim in hardly any way, except for when he was in a police blanket after I roughed him up. And this is the dude that confessed to knowing that two women were drugged on recorded phone calls with the police. So even just that information right there. Now, I haven't confirmed that yet, except for he told me. So like, why would he lie about that to me? The one who attacked, I didn't even attack him. He attacked me because I called him out on his little switcheroo scheme. But like, you know, it's interesting because, you know, it's just if you're trying to deduce what's really going on there, and that's what law enforcement does. That's what IT does because that's what we do all day. Is like, okay, here's a problem. What do you think is causing this problem? So, mm, yeah, and I don't know. It's yeah. Oh, yeah. It's yeah, sorry, I just kind of went down a rabbit hole with the others. But anyways, no, like he wouldn't do it. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical at all. Like, you know, in fact, let's get a lot of wood while we're talking about this. So, like, he wouldn't tell me that that's what happened. And we were confiding as drinking buddies, like, and I was actually drinking while I was talking to him, and like, you know, and that gave him the little sense of comfort to loosen up and just be able to confide in me a little bit. And I stayed friends with him on Facebook for, well, all up until this last year. Friends with one of his profiles. I looked and he actually has like three. And this particular one, he had pink hair. So it's like, that's kind of like his joke one or something, I'm thinking. Like, he's just kind of like, I don't know. His real one is this other one that looks like he's like into hiking and backpacking and all that. And he looks like a normal Coloradoan. And you know, blah, blah, blah. But he has that dark secret that what he did, and it's not just that. He stole from me, he stole from my friends, my colleagues, like, he stole from the neighbor girls, like, when I was being taken off to jail and he was left alone. Like, I mean, oh. In fact, the neighbor girls took him in because our apartment was so trash. Like I said, like dude peed in his bathtub and like I mean, the doors were broken, like things were just messed up and everything, and like and I came back and I fixed it too, by the way. Like, I mean, because I worked for the apartment complex and I apologized and I explained what happened. I was like, really, I got attacked. And, you know, and as more and more of this comes out, especially this. And so all it's going to take is like, once Kendrick Lamar hears about what this guy did, I mean, even if he just hears like that he knew that two women were drugged and he slept with them, like, even that is enough ammo to make a hip hop beef song. But the fact that he told me about the switcheroo, and he can't deny it. Like, I mean, it's gonna come out. Like, I mean, if anybody asks him about it, be like, he's gonna try to lie. He's like, no, that was never. And then be like, well, wait, what about this, this, and this? And it's kind of funny. Like what the Bible says is like eventually, like the meek inherit the earth, and you shouldn't do this because the truth will come out. And not even just the Bible, like people that are concerned about morals and stuff, they'll say like, what you do in the dark will come out in the light. Uh, Yeah. So, and actually, I got to message my team and let them know that I'm working from home today because the AC's out again. Like, it's ridiculous, but, and it's not too unbearable, but I'm only half day in the office anyway. So, I mean, it takes me a half hour to commute. So it's like, why go in there, spend an hour driving there and back, and then go get my kids and then work from home? Like, it just makes more sense to just stay home today. So, but the timing is awkward because I'm trying to do a salary negotiation right now, and it's not looking like they have it. And but at the same time, if I walk, it'll like completely destroy the team. Not trying to be big headed or something. I just literally do most of the IT work. Like I do the onboarding, offboarding, security, hardware, support. Support's the biggest one, and I've still got like over 50 tickets, and I'm getting through them, and people are patient with me, which is good, and that's really good. That's why I try to be kind to everybody because they will sympathize back. They'll be like, "Well, at least old A-Rye is trying." So it's like I'm trying so hard. But anyways, yeah, and I think I can really help out some people. Like my buddy, he's got a music career. He's trying to take off. I'm like, hey, you got this in with Kendrick. That's not why I'm doing it though. I'm doing it because the dude got away with like assaulting women, like, and that bothers me to no end. Oh, and then back to the thing, like, yeah, I'm very sure I want a wife. I mean, but there are people that would want a husband, and that's totally fine. Our governor has a husband, and he's very happy, and I love that for him, for his husband, for the first gentleman, I think he calls him, and like, and that's awesome. And that's what a lot of people, they just don't understand that, like, and same with women too. Like, women might try to be with a man for a long time and just realize they're just not attracted to men. They're more attracted to women, like as like a love and as a partner and as like a safety, like a safe place. So that's totally fine. In fact, I follow a couple of very cute lesbians on, and I mean, cute is adorable, and actually, yeah, I mean, attractive too. But it's kind of like it's a non-starter too because you already know that they're very attracted to each other. In fact, they did this like question and answer video, and someone said like, are you even attracted to men? And they look at it like, no, just not really, no. And just like it's just not their cup of tea, and that's totally fine. Like my music teacher growing up was like that, and she was awesome. She was so fun and happy, and like, and her wife was super fun and happy, and like they'd come in, and I think they were always stressed and worried, like, what are these redneck mountain people gonna like? Well, we weren't even really all that redneck, to be honest. If you really get down to it, like we were a very accepting culture. We had, I want to say, we had like refugee families up there because just randomly we had people that definitely not white, but like, and definitely not English or British or, anything, but their ancestors were definitely from like somewhere different, but didn't matter. We were all in the same town. We were all going through the same cold winters and windy winters and, below zero temperatures. And when you're cold, it's like Canada, like why Canadians are so pleasant. It's like, it's just too cold to be upset or anything. And inversely, it's kind of like how Florida is a little more hyphy because the heat allows people to be a little more frantic, do stupid things faster. And like, it's kind of like there's a ratio and a scale based on heat, of what is potentially going on. And that would be an interesting thing to explore, like just make some charts and graphs of like as temperatures increase. In fact, I think I have seen stuff like that. Like the murder rates go up when the temperature goes up because it's just part of like life. Like when you're hot, you're already on edge and you're potentially more violent than if you were cool or cold. And then when you're cold, your molecules and your atoms and all that are at rest and they're shrunk and and it's not that big of a deal. So I don't know. Like that's a very broad glazing over and generalization, and anyone in the medical field watching this would probably be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so terribly wrong. What is he even talking about?" But it's something. And then back to this like brigade of virgins or something. Is that's what also it sounds like? I feel like these people are virgins. Like it's just a virgin dudes arguing on the internet with strangers, and they hate pot. It's like it's like oh my gosh. Look at the little fella getting all worked up because somebody smokes some marijuanas. You know, it's like that's about as ridiculous as it is. Oh, I already filled these up. Nice. Okay. And so I think I was here. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, I probably shouldn't have changed so many into wood. And let's actually get rid of some of this stuff. Andesite. Calcite's a little weird. Like, I don't know where to put that one yet. Oh, but anyways, I came across an argument or discussion thread that I was having with another one of these virgin faceless crusaders and like that use cartoons for their profile pic and think that weed is bad. Um, and this one guy linked him. Oh, there's the alarm, and I got to get to it. Uh, but yeah, and it was just interesting. Get him, Tizzy, and thank you for all you do. Tizzy's had to have seen that. Oh yeah, let's see. He's not going to sleep with you. You. Oh, and then did he block me? Wait. Oh, I can't comment it because it contains hateful conduct. Okay. Why can't we keep extra safe? So we've disabled most of the ways to engage with this post. Got it. And that's fine. This guy showed up and he just started talking smack. I told him to standard deviate D's nuts. Because he posted a graph trying to be all scientific about Jewish people, and he said some weird random word that I don't even know. It's like this cult of like people hating a demographic for no reason. And I'm sorry to laugh at that. It is a very serious situation. I sympathize with Jewish people all over the world because this is the nonsense that they're dealing with. I had no idea. Like this is just some of the anti-Semitism. It's like the Virgin Brigade, like out there saying that weed and Jewish people are bad, and like all right. I mean, and the hippies were targeted alongside the Black Panthers back in the Nixon days. Like it's kind of a recurring theme. So, anyways, I gotta go. But that was the main thing was Robert Reich's stance there on the GOP, and they're following the playbook to a T right now. They're cutting Medicaid. They're claiming that it's going to kick all illegals off, when really it's going to kick a lot of poor white people off. And then people are going to be like, wait, I didn't want this. And then they're going to be like, oh, wait, Trump, why did you forsake us? And Trump's going to be like, well, I don't care. I got my tax cuts. Screw you all. And the Democrats are all doing face palms, just like, we told you this was going to happen. And it happens every time, rinse and repeat. And like more and more safety nets get slashed and more rich people get richer. And it's the Lorax all over again. It's that little fat dude with the black hair. Not that fat people, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, people are people and they all deserve blah, blah, blah. But no, this dude was trying to sell oxygen. And he's like, let it die. Talking about the tree trying to come back and save the town. And everybody was like realizing how messed up he was. Like, no, let's get rid of this guy. Like, this is obscene. So, anyways, and I do want to put. There we go. We'll just make one only diorite. Start doing some sorting, and then do one only andesite. Actually, well, whatever. I'll fix it later. So, but for now, I gotta get to work. So, ta for now. I will see you in the next one. Oh yeah, stop hating. Jeez, it's ridiculous. All right, see you later.